guys, welcome to the Homestead. So today I want to do a video on how to survive the coming collapse, because it is coming. There's no way mathematically we can get out of the situation we're in. It's not. There's going to be a collapse. Every time throughout history this has happened, where somebody gets this far over their heads economically, a collapse happens. War usually comes historically also, and it makes you look at the whole world stage. If you know history, you're looking at this and going, wow, we're in big doo-doo. So if that happens, and it will, when that happens, what's the best way to prepare yourself and survive this thing? There's some things. I thought it was really succinct list that was given by a woman by the name of Lynette Zhang. Some of you may have heard of her. She's been called the grandma everyone wishes they had, and she specializes in gold and silver and talks a lot about finances and stuff like that. And so look her up online if you haven't heard of her, Lynette Zhang, and she put together a list. And when you talk about homesteading in terms of preparedness, because really the reason we talk about preparedness and homesteading, I don't put a big emphasis on preparedness. I am doing so more nowadays because of the world situation we find ourselves in. But those of you who are really involved in prepping and you really are looking at the survivability and sustainability of having, preps, when you push preparedness to its logical conclusion, you always end up on a homestead. Always. When if prepping is your thing, when you push that to its final logical conclusion, you will end up on a homestead. Preferably, you'll be there off-grid, because it's more sustainable. You can survive better that way. You're more prepared to weather the storm. And the storm that's coming is all of the things that we're used to, all of the things that are basically that spoil us as Americans will go away. And then when that's taken away, that will hurt. It hurts our emotions. It hurts we're dependent on these things. And so we don't know how to live sometimes without them, or at least not live a stress-free life without them. You take some of these conveniences, just things you don't even think about, like a dishwasher or hot shower, or, the ability just to get your oil changed at Jiffy Lube. You take away some of these things and you don't know what to do. It's like it's something that, because how many people out there have never changed the oil? I would imagine quite a few. There's a lot of people out there who've never changed the oil before. They always go to the Jiffy Lube. They always go to somewhere else someone who can do things for them, or rely on other things in their house to do things for them, a dishwasher or a washing machine or whatever. So with that in mind, she put together a list and how you'll survive the coming collapse. And putting together this list, these things you want to concentrate on, she asked the question, how do you eat an elephant? How do you eat an elephant? Do you know the answer to that question? Well, if you're like me, you don't eat elephants. But if it was a land mammal with a split hoof and chewed the cud, how would you eat it? How would you eat an elephant? The answer is, and some of you probably already said it, one bite at a time. The way you eat an elephant, when you have what seems to be an insurmountable task before you, how do you accomplish that insurmountable, or what seems to be an insurmountable task? You attack that one bite at a time, one piece at a time. And before long, as you look back, you'll be like, wow, look how much I've accomplished. And so she separated that list into this. Here's the list: food, water, shelter, energy, security, barterability, wealth preservation, and community. So when you look at this list, she asked the question, what things here do you not have? What things here do you really lack? Obviously, food and water are very important. Shelter is very important. These are things that, if you don't have them, they can, make you unhealthy and kill you. You need food to survive. You need water to survive. You need shelter, especially in extreme climates. Okay, how are you on food? Do you have survival food? Do you have the ability to grow your own food? These are questions you have to ask. And do you have water? Do you have a way to filter water? Usually water is not that hard to come by, but clean water throughout history has been something that's been normally pretty often hard to come by. So do you have a way to filter water? Okay, do you have the knowledge to even make a rudimentary filter? Rudimentary, a simple filter. Do you have a way? Do you know how to do that? Do you know how to build a shelter? If you were to find yourself alone in an extreme climate, do you have shelter that in a place that could sustain you during times of economic collapse and would be hard to live in places that are more populated? How is your bug out location, for example? Your farm. Where are you at on your shelter? How are you that way? Energy. Do you have a way to create your own energy? Do you have a way to secure the things that you have? Do you have a firearm? Do you know how to use a firearm? Barterability. Do you have things that you can make yourself that you could probably barter and trade with other people, things that they might think are valuable that they might trade with you for? Do you have that ability? Wealth preservation. Do you have a way to, at this time of great riches in America, do you have a way to take some of your, if you don't think you're rich, you have no idea what you're talking about because you're loaded. Throughout the course of history, throughout time, comparatively, you are loaded. You are rich. You're super rich. And you don't realize it. But you have a way to take some of that wealth and preserve it for a time of economic collapse. If you don't know, that's a whole other topic. We'll maybe get there at some point. Community. How's your community? How are the people around you? How's your neighbors? What kind of relationship do you have with your neighbors? Do you have neighbors that you like? Do you have neighbors that you don't like? You might want to fix that. If you have really bad neighbors, when there's no more rule of law, are they going to still be okay to deal with? I mean, it's okay if you don't like them now and they don't like you. What happens when there's no rule of law and there's no calling the sheriff to break up a fencing issue or something like that? You better go to a place where there's some good relations with your neighbors, because that could be sticky later on. So these are things that she thinks are very important. I agree with her. What are the things on this list that you lack the most? And tackle that a little bit at a time. A little bit at a time. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, a little at a time. And as you do that, you'll begin to accomplish some of the things on your list of tasks to complete. Things like getting that food, the water, the filters, the shelter, the energy, security, barterability, wealth preservation, and community. You can begin to better yourself in these circumstances. So I think this is going to kick off a series on barterability on this channel. Things, because I really want to concentrate on that first. All of the different things you can use to barter with. Things that I think are more valuable. Keep working on the food situation if you need that. Keep working on your water situation if you need that. Keep working on your energy and security. Maybe you need to take a gun class or a firearms class, or maybe buy some more ammo, or get a vest or a load-bearing equipment vest or something like that, a sling. Maybe you need all that stuff. Work on those things if you need to. But let's talk about barterability here for the next few videos. I want to go through a series of things that I think will be the most valuable in an economic downturn, and I'm going to base these on history. What has historically been one of the best things you could have or be able to create that would be barterable in a time of economic downturn? We're going to go through that list. Let me know what you think. Put a comment below. Let me know if this sounds interesting to you, because I think some of the answers that I have are going to be mind-blowing. They're going to surprise you. And again, I'm basing these off what we've seen throughout history. Do you know how to do some of these things? And we're going to talk about some of these things. I think some of these things would just be completely and totally bypassed by the casual observer. But someone who knows history, they're obvious. Absolutely obvious. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about this series. Also, be sure to check out our sponsor, Zurvita, the Zeal at the end. This stuff, I've lost 50 pounds on this stuff. It's helped me maintain my weight. I work out. It helps me. We'll do a video on that at some point soon, too. I'll probably do it for the patrons over at patreon.com. So join that if you haven't already. People who support our channel, support us through patreon.com. I will do a Zeal video soon talking about, listen, here's how I stay in shape. Here's how I work out. Here's how I've lost weight. And if you want to do that this year, I think you need to really pay attention. Zeal can help you. And it's helped me, and it's helped others that I know, and I think it'll help you too. All right. Leave a like before you go. That's really important. And also check out our t-shirts from teespring.com below. All right. See you next time in the Homestead. Bye. Hey guys, I'm happy to introduce an American Homestead sponsor, Zurvita Zeal. Now, first off, I only accept sponsors from products that I use and believe in. My family uses Zeal mainly because we want to ensure a healthy immune system. You see, it's made up of only whole food concentrates and includes no artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives. The included sweetener is all natural from fruit and the stevia leaf. It's gluten-free, it's vegan, and it's kosher.
In 2018, my youngest son was involved in a bike accident that resulted in the surgical removal of his spleen, and that's an important part of his immune system. And because we live on a farm, you can guess that having a healthy immune system for our family is very important. Some of the included ingredients are beetroot, chicory root, turmeric, moringa, blueberries, cranberry, goji berry, milk thistle, ginseng, alfalfa, broccoli, and so much more. It's these natural ingredients that can easily be made into a powerful and tasty drink that my family can make and feel good about. So sign up and give it a try today. Every purchase you make goes to help the homestead so that we can continue to make great homesteading videos for you. Link is in the description below. Go ahead, give it a try. Hey guys, did you know you can become a patron of an American homestead? They get access to private videos, and we send them gifts from the homestead that we make here on the homestead. And we also enter our patrons into special giveaways that are only available to them. And before you go, please check out these other great videos. Go ahead, click. I'll wait.